sibilance.
Yo, what's up, everybody? How's it going? It is Wednesday, December 3rd. Man, this week is going by fast. We got
time flies when you're having fun, boys.
Yeah.
That's right, man. We got Corey the Caveman Connors coming at you live from Seattle. What's up, buddy? How's it going?
The great Northwest. Beautiful.
That's right. Giving sport in the flannel. I mean,
still dark out.
Flying the flannel.
I got flannel on.
You are not cool. Anyway, back to Corey. Corey.
What's enough about you, Adam?
That's right. Stop trying to take over the show.
Ah, beautiful.
Yeah. So what's up, Corey? How's it going, man? You good?
Things are good. Yeah. No travel for a few weeks. It's been kind of nice to just be home and be able to catch up and work on projects with customers and help them with their packaging.
Nice.
And
today we're going to talk about, as we get distracted by Adam Peak over here, what we're going to do is we're going to get to some holiday packaging, talk about some of the brands that are doing it, how they're doing it. We're also going to get into maybe if you got any questions on should you be creating holiday packaging.
That is a good question.
Of it. Yeah, and how do you deploy it, right? Like how complicated do you have to get? Before we get to some of that, though,
yeah,
we'll have some questions. We'll go through some of the stuff. Any questions you got, let us know. Adam, the Pale Man Peak, look at that hat that you're wearing. Tell me about that hat. Where did you get that? Where did you make that?
Oh man, I actually got this at a good. Like most about it is the flexibility of the hat.
What's up, Gene? How's it going?
Hey, Gene.
Look, so it has flaps and it can
go up. I get it.
Nice. Nice. Oh, look at that.
Whoa.
It really helps
back to normal.
Keep the it gets cold here in Utah, so this hat is really quite
snowing there yet? I heard.
Yes, it's snowing today actually.
Wow.
So yeah, is that better?
Sounds perfect.
Way better.
Yeah, thanks.
So today we're going to talk about some holiday packaging. Throw up some questions if you got any on holiday packaging. I know like Hugh
that is my holiday packaging.
Yeah, I know like Hugh, you've got all the maple syrup stuff. Like, do you guys do any holiday packaging? Do you do any holiday specific labels, hang tags, boxes, that kind of stuff?
I just ordered one yesterday.
Labels are packaging. Holiday packaging can be labels. Thanks, Avelio. I appreciate
it can't. But it could be an accessory.
Yeah, Butternut Mountain Farms does a snowman shaped bottle with a stocking cap. It's really cute. It's a 12-ounce bottle of maple syrup from the great state of Vermont.
Oh, that's awesome. So it's like a Miss Butterworth's.
Yeah, I bought a few of them. My wife loves snowman designs and things like that, so I bought her one. Don't tell her if you're listening.
Wow,
it's a surprise.
That's why she loves you. You got the snowman body, right?
That's right. That's right. Yeah, it's all the roundedness.
This is Richard.
What do we got from Richard?
If
you really want to stand out, ditch Santa and use Krampus. That's pretty cool, man.
Oh, Krampus.
No data to back that up, but that going counter is always good. We got Millweb One coming in.
Hey, Millweb. And he's a big time deal on TikTok.
Yeah,
millions of followers there.
He does. You do the video, the camera over the top, right, and like the folding up of the signs.
He prints signs, yard signs, and vinyl signs for businesses. So yeah, reach out to him. He's a great guy.
Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Algonquin for
the other Milwaukee.
Oh, right. Yes.
Awesome. What do we got from Gene? Gene saying, when should brands start planning holiday packaging?
Yeah.
Dude, I'll tell you what, it's December 2025. I'm working on a holiday for a few brands for 2027.
Wow.
Right? So you got to get ahead.
No, but that seems ridiculous. Why? Like, you're a designer, Avelio. It's my turn.
Much planning.
I said it's my turn to ask the questions around here. So you're a packaging designer. You host a Packaging Design Unboxed podcast. What is the reason to start designing packaging 2 years earlier? And I ask this because trends happen so fast. They just like how do you start to design a package now for something that's going to happen in 2 years, and you don't really know
You
what.
must use your crystal ball.
Yeah, how do you do that?
Yeah, great question.
Thank
So
you.
you said a key term here. You said trends, right? So if you're a leading brand in any category, the last thing you want to do is worry about trends. You want to just focus on what it is that you're delivering and who your customer is and what's going to stand out to them. You've
You're
already
the
planned,
trendsetter, right?
you've already planned next year. And that is not just packaging, but campaigns, whether it's fashion, designs, if it's product, maybe it's new flavors, all those things are laid out. And because it's not just a box or a bottle and it's everything else that goes along with it, you have to have that kind of time because you've got lead times on product, you've got lead times on all these other things, and then making sure everything lines up. You're gonna leave some space to be able to adjust should something change from here to then. But most brands, I would say by March, will be done with all holiday designs for 2026.
Yeah.
Some brands get far ahead, and that stuff's already been done since probably 2 months ago for 2025. So we're starting now for 2027, and we'll probably be done with 2027 design by the third quarter of next year.
Next year.
Amazing.
Yeah, because that's how long it takes. So it's not like I'm done next week.
It's a lot of iterating on materials and die cuts and designs. So there's time to look at a whole bunch of things. And then from there, you're saying you get into starting to execute on the actual artwork, the approvals, the ordering, so that stuff is starting to arrive, especially if it's coming from overseas, starting to arrive, March, April, May of 2027.
It'll probably start arriving like July, really, of 2027. Because what you don't want to do is you don't want to bring stuff in too early
You don't
where
want to sit on it.
you're warehousing stuff. But it's just making sure that everything is aligned, right? If there's like photo shoots that need to be done, if there's commercial, all that kind of stuff, all has to be done so that it launches all on the same day. So it's trying to align all these different supply chains, all the different lead times, and manage costs, because you kind of spend money a year in advance to make sure that you have that. But Milliweb's right. Like, if you can't wait for trends, you have to just do your own thing, and then
That's right.
whether trends happen or don't happen doesn't necessarily matter.
Well, I do think, though, that we're talking about the difference between sort of traditional CPG retail focused brands that have a very complicated supply chain versus a company that's using digital printing those companies are the ones who I think can iterate and take advantage of various trends a lot faster, because they might even, let's use TikTok, for example. They may be selling through FBA or TikTok, and it's a decent sized brand, but they're not going through Amazon necessarily or whatever. They're not going through Kroger or Walmart or Costco. They just are directly connected to their to their fans.
Interesting point.
They can sort of they can use digital printing, so they can iterate very quickly, and they are the ones who I think can really knock out the trends, should they want to. Obviously, that's a decision that a brand has to make, but that would be possible with where digital printing's at today for packaging.
You keep talking about trends, and I think it's important.
I'm very trendy, if you can't tell.
Not follow trends. And as an example,
he's ahead of the trends.
And this is right. This is right in your backyard. This is. I'm going to share this here. It always takes a second here.
Canada.
It's right.
Utah. So with Utah, Utah is. They've shared the Olympics 2034 logo.
Yeah. Why does everyone hate this, by the way?
I'm going to be honest. Today,
cool.
I really like it. I love it. And the reason I can appreciate it is that it looks very current. Right? This is today, and probably next year, this is a trend with this type of typography
Mhm.
and big bold shapes. There's a lot of movement. I mean, you go down the drinks aisle, you're going to see this on a million different
Oh,
cans. Something very similar. They're designing, 9 years in advance. I think it's 9 years. 9 years. Doing math here.
Your math is good, Avelio.
Perfect. But by the end of next year, by 2030, this will be so dated. And I think that's the biggest issue, right?
Yeah.
Is that because it's so on trend for today that it's just going to be dated quickly.
But it may not. I mean, obviously,
It will be dated.
trends
You're not listening, Adam. It will be.
trends are cyclical. I mean,
Yeah, but they're not exactly the same.
well, we don't know what's going to happen in
We
9
do know. That's why we have this show.
Oh, that's right.
We're telling everybody because we know everything. Right.
Think about the fact. I think about the fact that my son is 10 years old and is very proud of his mullet. And I thought mullets were hideous in the 80s and 90s when they were. It's you see people with it. Just there's a cyclical nature to these things, and so Utah can obviously change their Olympic logo. I didn't understand what all the uproar
But
was.
today's mullets are different than the mullets of yesteryear, right? Like,
Oh man.
But look at
Bring back the rat tail. That's
right.
the time.
This looks like the old Jesus sign that you had to squint to read. I don't know.
Oh yeah, he's talking about the wood that it's
I know what you're talking about.
brown and black. It's really neat looking.
Yeah. Thanks for pulling it. That's why we're doing it here in Utah.
Right. So all right. So with Gene, he's saying he's designed 3 logos this year that look just like this logo, right? And that's and Gene's a great designer, so he's got some pretty good insight. As soon as a trend is classified as a trend, it's no longer a trend; it's a step and repeat, right? So everybody start doing the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah. No one's doing 6-7 anymore, are they?
Oh my god! When we're tired of it, it's terrible.
How long will that last? Oh my gosh!
I think it's already done.
Yeah, it should have been.
Doesn't it seem like the trends when we were younger lasted longer?
Yeah, but we were dumber.
That's true. I think it's maybe because without the internet, stuff like that, like you didn't have it.
Yeah, that's
You didn't have a constant cycle, daily, hourly, almost.
It's pretty crazy how stuff still traveled across without social media and without the internet. How trends would just sort of
89.
I mean, yeah. I mean, Avelio grew up in Italy and Hawaii and Japan, and he
and New York and Chicago and Texas.
Yeah. But I'm sure there was still like the other day. Actually, I was talking to some friends, and it was like, did you play hide and go seek? And you would say, ready or not,
right?
Here I come, or played Marco Polo in the local pool or whatever it was. It was like, yeah, how did we all do that? How did everybody who grew up at this same time end up doing similar things? It's kind of wild.
Yes, I didn't do any of that stuff.
You did not say ready or not, here I come when you played hide and go seek?
I didn't play hide and go seek. I was in the ocean.
He played let's go rob the grocery store.
Did you play sharks and minnows?
No, man. We've been out there, spearfishing as like a 6-year-old, 7-year-old. Good stuff.
You are the most interesting person in the world.
In Maui or
on the Big Island and on Maui.
Yes, Millweb. We're talking about the Stussy S.
Yes.
The 3 connect.
Everybody knew this. That S. Yeah.
Crazy.
On everybody's peachy.
Hey, I do want to bring this up because me. I love to bring the show to a screeching halt.
It's about time.
Nothing.
Talk about a depressing documentary.
Yeah, exactly.
Documentary about
nothing says
ready or not, here I come. That's what
the holidays like layoffs. Looking at this article in Packaging Dive today, you've got thousands of jobs that have been cut. in December and end of November at Print Pack, Graphic Packaging, Smurfit Westrock, a ton of these places.
There's a big label company that laid off their entire C-suite like a week and a half ago. Everybody.
Crazy.
Yep.
So, so
not we're strong.
Yeah. But if you've got, if you're hiring, go hunt some of these people down, right? Because it's just unfortunate. They're closing facilities, and
let us know in the comments if you're hiring, and we'll connect you with people.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, couldn't they just wait? Like it's rough. I know it's not an easy decision to lay people off or let people go. But man, it's rough. It's like, hey, happy holidays.
I think people need to understand the economics of some of these companies, and especially when if you're on a calendar year and you're looking to either borrow more money or you're looking to sell your company or sell off part of your company, which is you need those finances to look one way at the end of the year and be trending a certain way. And that's why these things happen towards the end of the year. And it sucks. It's the worst part about business, but again, I'm not going to sit here and say whether it's right or wrong, because I don't have $1 billion and I'm not running these companies, but there's a lot of it that's happening right now. There's a lot of big companies that have leveraged themselves with a lot of debt when debt was free, and now debt is very expensive, and they have shareholders that they need to pay back, and they're looking to get paid back. And
interesting. Yeah,
that's what's happening in not just our industry.
Yeah, across the board.
What's up, Tom?
Hey, Tom.
Yeah. So definitely, if you're hiring, go check out some of these people. And
so how do you lay off an entire C-suite? I don't understand that. Like
the board makes a decision.
The board came in and said, "Peace out." Okay, that's terrible.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's the right move. I don't know.
Who knows?
Maybe that company needed that shakeup.
Yeah, and I'm sure that'll be in the news here soon. But so I won't share the name. But it was it's a big deal.
Label queen.
It's not. It was the label princes. Yeah, the label peasants.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So definitely go check out some people and hire some people if you're hiring. On the packaging for holiday side.
Oh yeah, that's what we're going to talk about.
No, and that's what we have been covering. I think what's the issue on the sustainability side, right? Because now you have to kind of think.
Yeah. A lot of it gets tossed. Right. It's a whole new concept. Oftentimes it's they're taking a risk by innovating or doing something different. You look at Starbucks barista packaging that went major viral. People bought every single one and then wanted 10 more, but not all of them are like that. Oftentimes they get thrown out at the end of the season. And I watch a lot of dumpster dive videos on TikTok and Instagram. They're really interesting to see how after a season they'll go into the dumpster behind the whatever store and they'll say, okay, here's the display that was the seasonal one. And it's hundreds of dollars worth of merchandise often, and it just gets tossed because they need to make room for the next season. And so oftentimes it can be wasteful, but it can also help their brand, and consumers enjoy it. And so there's different ways of looking at it.
Yeah, I know for us, like one of the things that we do is we'll look at what kind of forecast quantities and have an idea of what to expect to sell. But then let's say you're producing one particular product for everyday packaging.
Yeah.
If you just make a few tweaks to it where you can just keep running that same exact structure and colors and basically the same thing with a few different add-ons, you can run that in line. Once you're done running that, you go back to running your everyday stuff. And then when you run that in the store, you just run it till you run out. The goal is to, probably go through like mid-January with that packaging, with the holiday packaging. And then
not have to throw them away. Right. Yeah.
What
There's
if
ways to do
a family decided to do something? Because this would be pretty ingenious, actually. If you just said, we're going to delay all of our holidays by a week to 2 weeks when we celebrate. So, the Christmas holiday, Thanksgiving, 4th of July, Valentine's Day, whatever it is. And you just waited till everything went on sale.
Yeah.
Halloween would be a little difficult if you're into trick or treating, but you just, that would be weird to show up trick or treat. Like, it's November 10th. What are you? It says no soliciting, kid. But man, think about all the deals you would get if you just waited till all this stuff went on clearance, and then you're like, yeah, we celebrate Thanksgiving on December 2nd. It's like,
a lot of people do that. They buy the stuff, afterwards. And that now they have Christmas stores, like they had the Hollywood or the Halloween seasonal store,
Right.
the Spirit. Yeah, now they have Christmas Spirit stores coming out. So these will be just for this season.
They'll be moving into all the closed corrugated plants.
Yeah, exactly. And all the retailers that didn't survive,
Yeah.
Hey, going back to your trend.
Wow.
Take.
This is now becoming a trend.
Jeez.
Now it's dead.
We're recalling back to trends. The thing with like one of the most popular videos that I released on Packaging Unboxed for 2025 was the 2025 packaging trends. Great, that's awesome. But looking forward to some of the trends that I'm preparing for 2026 trends video is actually I don't know what you guys think, but in terms of like the way that things are costing, the cost going up, tariffs, all these different things, brands are trying to find ways to make money so that they're not having to lay off people.
Yeah.
I really see a spike in plastic. Like I'm seeing a spike for 2026. I think there's going to be a lot more plastic packaging out there, a lot more stand-up pouches.
Yeah.
Because you got to cut cost places in order to keep those margins.
Will EPR laws maybe curb that a little bit? Because
I know that EPR is expensive enough
eventually.
Oh no, it's expensive.
Yeah, but I don't know that it's enough to change the delta between a tin can and a stand-up pouch.
No, but it's enough to make somebody say, maybe let's not make as much. It just makes plastic a lot more expensive, and it's adding.
It's only in a few states.
Correct, but it's if you're tied to particular packaging, whether it's holiday packaging or your regular packaging, and you've invested in plastic and you're not, and you're looking out to 2026, 2027, 2028, I would be a bit concerned that my packaging was so tied to, for example, a multi-layer flexible film, because
there's going to be a lot of pivots.
The amount of reporting that you have to do on that now, the amount of time, the amount of money you have to spend on software and reporting and all this, just to make sure that you have your accurate data, just so you can make sure that you are paying the right fees, is only going to increase. I'm not saying that you're completely wrong. I just think that brands should be aware of this other pending thing. It's like, you have tariffs, yes, you have inflationary pressure, yes, plastic is cheaper, we get it, but also there are forces that are trying to make plastic a lot more expensive, and if that were to become federalized in, say after the midterms or into 2028, 2020,
you really think this would be federalized with
the current administration? But I'm saying there are
this year.
This is what I would say, and I don't want to get too into this, but
let's get into this.
The answer is, I have no idea. If you ask me, politics, everybody. If you ask me to predict what this administration is going to do, I would say I have no idea. They're all over the place. So, but that's kind of part of the point, right? Like, the future is uncertain. So yes, they're probably going to invest in the thing that is known to protect their product, that is inexpensive, that is readily available, all of that stuff. I totally get it. Probably a good call for 2026. I would just say put a little asterisk on there if you're a brand, and note that this idea is not going away, it's picking up. And so you should at least, if you're preparing for holiday packaging for 2027, you should at least have a secondary track of development for potential EPR regulations.
Good idea.
You have another plan, and maybe that's just raise your costs, because that's what
but even with, like, I mean, there's mono material pouches, right? Like that's something that's available. It's more expensive.
Yes, but they're still subject to EPR. They're not exactly like exempt from EPR because the recycle rate is so low. So
if you can position those as reusable in some sense.
Oh, interesting.
That changes things.
It could, but
refillable, right? Like
I think the point is, like, we don't know what the future is going to hold. We don't know what 2034 font trends are going to be. We don't know what EPR laws are going to happen.
That's why we're here. That's why we do this show, because we have to have an opinion on what's going to happen.
We don't know a lot of stuff. And so I think that we'll continue to see brands struggle with what to do in 2026. And you're probably right. They will default to the path of least resistance until something happens to disrupt that.
Yeah.
So all I'm saying is your Avelio is right. That's all I'm saying.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I ever say.
That's all I was asking for. No, I just, in terms of those trends, I think the shift to plastic is going to be huge in 2026. But I also see a shift.
Wait, hang on. You think there'll be a shift from something to plastic? Like, we'll see more cereal boxes go away and just have.
I think you're going to see that in a bunch of different areas with a bunch of different brands. I can't tell you exactly which ones, but I can see, I've seen more soup going in, more soups going in stand-up pouches, more cosmetics going in stand-up pouches, more, moving into like the refillable.
With the spout on them, right?
Yeah. I mean, I spent like 3 hours in Ulta this weekend just looking at packaging, and there was so much. There were so many stand-up pouches. It was insane.
Is that why you got the cops called on you?
They did. I was waiting to get kicked out because I was really going lane by lane, aisle by aisle, taking pictures of a bunch.
Carted out. You're like, I'm just looking at packaging. They're like, calm down, please. Get out of here. No.
Don't tase me, bro.
Don't tase me, bro.
But I also see brands in that same breath that they're moving into, if the brand can afford it, moving into new materials, right? Whether it's seaweed, whether it's mycelium, husks. Like, there's a bunch of stuff happening. That's great. But if the brand can afford it, if they've got the margins to do it, and if it becomes a whole marketing vehicle, I see that happening. But you also see the brands that can't, that have tight margins. They've got to find other ways. And
I feel like we've solved it.
Is fantastic.
We figured it out today.
Yeah, we did solve it.
Can we? Yes.
I gotta jump off. I gotta call. Let's do Can We Solve It on Monday.
We'll have a special guest on Monday.
We will.
Yeah.
So we'll find out who.
We'll do double Can We Solve It next week?
Ooh, Can We Solve It?
Let's do it.
2 times.
Yeah, but go check out SmartSolve, smartsolve.com, dissolvable packaging, which is pretty cool. That's another trend from last year. It'll probably happen again this year.
Yeah, so, I'm really excited.
Man, I hate when he does that. All right, guys. We'll see you next week.